Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be explaining the powers and abilities of Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon, adventurer and member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Rocket Raccoon comes from the planet Half-World. On the planet Half-World, Rocket was just a regular raccoon, and he was used as a service animal for people who were locked away inside the Half-World Asylum for the criminally insane. Eventually the humanoids that ran the asylum, their funding was cut, so they left the planet. But they left robots in charge to oversee the patients. But there was a supernova that gave the robots sentience, and they decided they didn't want to serve the mentally ill. So they took the service animals and genetically engineered them and made them anthropomorphic so they could take care of the so-called loonies. The transformation into being anthropomorphic was painful and traumatic. Although eventually the animals created their own society and continued to take care of the loonies, eventually Rocket got a ship, along with his friends Lila and Walrus, and they went out on space adventures. Rocket quickly became known as the fastest gun in the quadrant. Eventually he ended up in a Kree prison where he met Star-Lord, and was recruited to join his team. Rocket fought in the Annihilation War against Annihilus, and then eventually he joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, for Rocket's powers. Rocket received numerous enhancements when he became anthropomorphic and intelligent. Rocket is extremely strong for his size. As we can see here, while in prison, he was able to beat up an alien much larger and bigger than he is. Rocket is even strong enough to punch robots and break them apart. Once while Rocket was dogpiled by several armored guard humanoids, Rocket was able to beat them all up physically. At once when a missile was launched at him, Rocket was able to redirect its course by hitting it with a wrench. As for durability, Rocket was able to survive a ton of rock falling on top of him, and he got up with no problem. Rocket is able to survive getting thrown by super strong opponents into metal walls and pipes. Rocket is able to survive getting hit with grenades and explosions, as we can see here. And Rocket was even able to survive getting hit by an energy blast from Adam Warlock. As for speed, Rocket has very quick reaction time. He can dodge bullets and lasers, and is able to best multiple opponents at the same time with his speed. And Rocket has his heightened animal senses. He can track different scents, and he can also detect when water is nearby. As we can see here, he was able to tell that there was water inside of the pipes by smelling them. Rocket also has enhanced hearing, as he can hear small noises from far away. Rocket's claws are also pretty sharp. He can use it to cut through large alien skin. Rocket has been given genius-level intellect. He can fly pretty much any spaceship, and he's good at piloting them. He has been able to design cloaking devices for more than one ship. And he has been given a tactical mind, where he can play out any scenario as positive. And Star-Lord himself said that Rocket is the best battle tactician that he knows. And oftentimes for the Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket comes up with the plan, and he also does it along with Star-Lord. And with Rocket's intelligence, he has escaped multiple prisons. He has also designed his own spaceships and his own motorcycle, which we can see here. Rocket is an expert at driving it, and it can also transform into a jetpack. Rocket has designed and made use of other devices, like this little drone here. It has used a holographic map of the galaxy. And Rocket makes use of several different jet boots and jetpacks that allow him to fly around. As for weapons, Rocket designed a gun which can collapse and be put inside his little coat. Rocket is extremely good at aiming with his firearms and usually doesn't miss. As for the different types, Rocket has an electricity blaster. He has a very large one that is able to blow up several vehicles at once. He had a glider that had an array of missiles on it that could split up into miniature missiles. Rocket has just straight up impact weapons. And he has made use of a sonic cannon and numerous other guns and missile launchers. He even had one that was capable of hurting gigantic space whales. And of course, for the times when Rocket isn't feeling homicidal, he has stun rounds. And Rocket also had a special grenade, which was able to blow up most of a gigantic flagship, as we can see here. Rocket's path of being a criminal and an adventurer often leads him to be alone, as he's very unique in the galaxy and has a rough personality. Rocket was able to find friendship with Groot. Even though they have opposite personalities, they complement each other and have gone on many adventures together. And even though sometimes they get into fights, Rocket is very protective of his friend Groot. And although Rocket usually never says it, he cares about the other Guardians of the Galaxy as well, and he's found a family with them. He saved the entire galaxy more than once. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.